We've got Soap Yellow and I'm So Bad, a team misplay, team kill up at the top. Then we've got TRS's AromaNova versus Friends of Eternal jolterz at the bottom. Two pretty good matches. We're going to be watching AromaNova versus jolterz, and they are ready for us. So we are going to head down to the action just a second. We've got AromaNova on Argenport mid-range versus jolterz on Feln Control, which we got to see a little bit of. So our players are ready. Let's head down to the action for the top 4 of Summer Challenge number 6. Let's take a look.
Interesting keep decision from AromaNova. 2 power, but a pretty nice hand. Otherwise, they just top deck power. Is a very solid. And here's his side. Okay, they decided to mulligan that. They wanted more power, which is understandable. And this hand has more power.
Yeah, I like this hand from AromaNova. jolterz side looking at 4 power, Vinegrafter, Exploit, Feln Blueprints. It's a little power hungry, but I think it's probably fine.
Yeah, it has a lot
full,
of
I should say.
Yeah, it has a lot of power in hand, but I think this is the kind of hand that you kind of have to keep when you're playing control decks, because a lot of times, like, you want to double spell or you want to get to your cards that are more powerful. You do need power in these decks. Like if you mulligan this, you have a decent percent chance of having a 2 power hand, and that's unplayable as a control deck.
Right. Yeah, I don't remember who it was, but I remember reading an article about like how to master control decks, and it was like the main takeaway was play all your power, play all your mana, play all your power, just like every turn, don't miss a power drop. And it was like everything else around it you can work with as long as you can cast your spells, but you have to play your power. So yeah, it's a little flooded, but I think given what jolterz's setup is in this match, just making sure that you're not missing on power drops is super important.
Yeah, for sure. That is how you eke out as much card advantage as you possibly can, because you need to be able to double spell eventually as a control player.
This is going to be a little bit of a slower start, right? Not like some of the aggro decks we've seen. This is going to be both players sort of jockeying for position, hitting their early power drops, exploiting each other, just kind of getting set up for the mid game.
You'd exploit. I don't know what they take here. The most powerful card in AromaNova's hand is, of course, this D'Angelo's Might, but they might have a hard time dealing with the rest of the hand. They decided to exploit for an exploit. Okay. I mean, there's his hand. I mean, exploit is powerful, and it does take the only threat, but exploit doing that much against jolterz right now? I don't know. So there's a Vinegrafter. Of course, that's going to be met with a Defile from jolterz before it can do anything.
Yep.
And next turn, AromaNova's probably going to jam this Impending Doom.
Which is Impending Doom.
They don't have an answer to, although does jolterz have they do have a Blackout Disguise in the market. So it's not free from answers. They're going to take a couple hits, but eventually they will find an answer to this with the cards in hand, and they might just draw a Mandevilla off the top. See, no counter spells out of jolterz's hand, and then AromaNova might just play this D'Angelo's Might this turn, and that might be all she wrote. Yep, there it goes. 5 cards.
There you go. 5 cards right there. Sinister Rumors, Deathwing, Rune of Illusion, Just Desserts, and a Vinegrafter. And yeah, might as well hit for 5 while I'm at it.
Vinegrafter comes down and goes and has to go get a Blackout Disguise. And putting away power. What else would they get? They go for a Speaking Circle. They want to try their luck. They don't want to just go for a singleton removal spell. They want to go for a way to actually both handle the Impending Doom and be able to gain some value. But AromaNova is going to probably play a Deathwing here, right? So they can double Deathwing even. Oh, they do not. They do not. Okay. So the Deathwing would have prevented, if they played the Deathwing, the jolterz played. So they were thinking that jolterz had grabbed a blackout disguise, and playing this Deathwing would mean that it would basically get a 2-for-1, and they didn't want that to happen. But jolterz did not go for that. They went for the speaking circle.
Vara limitless there. Yeah, and that's a good top end as well. That the other shadow units have +1/+1. When Vara attacks, play a unit from your void. Jolterz is going to go with Speaking Circle here, although this is an awkward time to play Speaking Circle. Usually you want to be at least sort of neutral when you play that. It looks like a reshape there. This is dangerous for Jolterz to play this with an Impending Doom and a Vine Grafter out there.
Reshape does kind of handle the Impending Doom. I don't know if they want to be playing it on there, especially since they just got a stun. But it does kind of handle the Impending Doom. It takes it down by a little bit. There's less chance of it getting being a flyer than it is for anything else. They can chump. They could chump, and then that doesn't seem to me to be very good though. What else? Okay, so they got a that all that does is get power that card in this deck, because unless they have Davia, they can't really go for them.
Yeah, I can't really do that. So Revenge can, I think Revenge stunning the Impending Doom is probably the, or sorry, Frost. Sorry, I'm reading the word Revenge. Frost stunning the Impending Doom is probably the best one. That's extra confusing when the other card also has Revenge.
Yep.
Blueprints for AromaNova getting closer to that big Vara, or medium-sized Vara, because I can't say big Vara. And then 2 Deathwings here, and that's going to pressure the Speaking Circle as well. Defile and Torgov in hand for Jolterz, drawing a Vara's favor for the turn.
Yeah, AromaNova knows that the Deathwings are now safe from any Blackout Disguise, because they know that they got the Speaking Circle out in the market, right?
Mm-hmm. True. Good point. There's thinking ahead, paying attention to what your opponent's doing. All right, Reshape also going to transform that into an Auric Record Keeper, so a 4/4. And then here comes the Torgov. But those aren't going to stop the Deathwing, so Deathwing
going down.
Now the Defile. Well, the Defile can actually take out one of the. Oh no, not with the Vara. It's not. There you go. Never mind. Vara is going to make heads up by AromaNova to play that beforehand, because Defile would have been able to keep the site alive, but not anymore.
Yep.
So heads up play AromaNova. Take it down. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you didn't have to Defile right then. You could have waited end of turn, I guess, but not really any reason not to. All right, Destiny the Frost. That's a nice RNG for Jolterz. Going to stun the Vara here. And then another copy of Defile.
He can attack with this this Torgov, and then Defile can create a minor blowout. It's not a huge blowout, because they're still going to keep around. Well, I guess they do lose.
Well, no, you can Defile the Vine Grafter and eat the Record Keeper, right? That's pretty good.
Yeah. Pump the Flyer.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, you still get the Entomb, but it's a clean 2-for-1 for Jolterz, though.
Oh, and this becomes a 7/8 now. Now, of course, they have a deadly unit, so it's never going to be able to attack through, at least not with the current situation.
Mandevilla as well.
Mandevilla. Yeah.
So it's funny. Torgov was dodging the 2 copies of Just Desserts in hand, but not gonna dodge this Mandevilla.
So, and they have a Sinister Rumors in hand, so they can if they ever play another unit, they just buy back. Yeah, another Torgov, and then they just buy this back.
Sure.
Right? They didn't use this heirloom.
Not use the heirloom, and AromaNova just going attacking. This is gonna deal 10 damage here. But no, he's gonna
block, but the Just Desserts is gonna take out the
gonna take care of the Torgov. So yeah, saves the, obviously blocking saves the health. All right, Reshape.
shape gets
Vara or Death Ring? I
Vara
guess it's gotta be
too.
Vara, yeah. Gonna transform that into a
Ooh.
General Zalio. 6/4 quick draw. Other units get +2 attack.
And I think that's lethal.
I think it
I don't think
is.
they
Exploit's not gonna do anything. I guess you can plunder for a redraw, but there's nothing that costs 1 that jolterz can do to get out of this.
Yeah. Perma. Wait. Yeah, Perma would.
Yeah, that's true. Permafrost does stay alive 1 more turn. It's going to be Avara's favor. That's not going to be enough. Jolterz is going to pack it in. Congratulations, AromaNova, on taking game number 1. Best of 3 again. Reminder. Winner tonight will get a trophy, qualify for the Invitational, $20 cold hard cash, courtesy of the Misplay Podcast, and a bunch of points for the leaderboard. Now, that doesn't really matter for wildcards if they're winning a trophy, but it does help with seeding. And of course, everyone who made the top 8 tonight got some good wildcard points as well. Just a reminder, that is going to take your top 6 finishes. So you don't have to play in every tournament. You can play in, whatever timing works best for you. But we will take the top 6 finishes and add those together, and that will be your leaderboard rank and score for determining wildcards. So I like that. I like that change. I think it allows more people to get in, and it's not as punishing if you can only make a couple, or you can only make 6, or you can only make Tuesdays and not Fridays. It makes it a little more even playing field for everyone. So I think it was a nice little shift that we did this year.
Sure. It is. I actually did not suggest this to the through the feedback system. Of course, if you're playing in these, use the feedback system for sure. But it happened anyway. I don't know who else suggested it, but
yeah, it's definitely something we've been talking about for a while, going back and forth between a couple different options, trying to figure out what just the best balance is for anything. All right, our players are ready, so give us 1 second and we will head right back down for game number 2. All right, here we go. So game number 2 has started. It looks like AromaNova on the play.
Jolterz has double Mandevilla in hand.
So they're certainly going to be able to handle some.
Threats this game, and the Defile. Dongelomite.
Dongelomite, indeed.
Yeah.
Fixing up some sound. Sorry about that. Sound cut out there for just a second, but I think we're back. Alrighty, here we go. So as I said last game, I think it's a little bit of developing here, right? But both of these decks take the first couple turns to just hit their power, disrupt a little bit. Not an aggro deck where they're trying to kill by turn 5. It's just start developing here. And Impending Doom going to be the first one to hit the board here. AromaNova's going to stick that one. Jolterz can deal with it next turn, but it is going to stick around for 1 turn at least.
I think they're going to D'Angelo's Might, though, before they even have a chance to... Because there's no fast speed removal to take care of the Impending Doom, so they use the opportunity to just draw 5 cards, and that's how that is a good way to beat the control deck. I don't know, draw more cards than them.
Hey, draw 5, it works.
They have to use this on the 5/5. This is a 5-cost removal spell. It is slightly better removal spell because of the Sinister Rumors in the deck, but yeah, 5 cost to deal with 4 cost. Not a great exchange for Jolterz.
Yeah.
Moldermutt comes down, probably double 3-drop.
Sure, double 3-drop. That's more pressure, and that's kind of the turn that AromaNova needed, was to push that a little bit, force Jolterz to play reactively, and then once Jolterz did, take another turn and kind of start pushing the gas pedal just a little bit, and force Jolterz to play reactively. And AromaNova has cards too, so it's not like AromaNova's short on cards at this point.
Yeah. I wonder if they're going to hold off on this Withstand until Jolterz plays a Permafrost. That might be a play, that heads up play. Drink a little bit, from AromaNova. Yeah, they're just going to attack for the 5, reveal it via Jada. I think it's the only stealth unit in their deck. So.
Yeah, holding on to the withstand makes sense. I mean, either using it if it's lethal or holding on to it until they're stunned. Like you mentioned, there's so many permafrost and stun effects that, you know, just waiting until you can break a key stun on a key turn could just turn the match in your favor.
And AromaNova using their power most efficiently this turn, playing the 4-drop and the 2-drop. It's a lot of pressure on the board for jolterz. They drew a Davia though, so that's pretty good here. It cannot. Let's see. It can only get a Defile that can kill one of these. Okay, so they're not even going to use the Davia this turn. They feel they can spend their mana with the ambitious Villa, which can kill the 5/5, and then Davia will be able to hit next turn essentially.
Yeah, Davia is pretty good. I mean, looking at it on this board, how good it's going to be. AromaNova feels so far ahead, but you're right. If we can Mandavilla the 5/5 flyer, once Davia hits, the 6/6 is bigger than everything on AromaNova's side. The Aegis is going to stop AromaNova from killing it, and it has going to get a spell and stun too. It's just so much in one little package. One big package, I guess. Seven cost.
Okay, they're going to go to the market. Getting potentially in a rock? I don't know. They got the Vara.
Okay.
All right. They know that they can't cast it, but maybe they draw power next turn and comes the Davia.
Yeah, and that's the only thing that's kind of like that. It's the only thing kind of big enough to tussle with the Davia. Now they do have the withstand, as we mentioned.
Ooh, the exploit. That was a fairly good play from jolterz. They exploit the Vara out of their hand. They
had the 7th power. Look at that off the top.
They do not have a clear-cut answer to this 3/4 flyer yet, but we'll see.
SRFS says jolterz isn't playing any copies of Permafrost. Interesting.
Oh, that is interesting for sure. I mean, the format is very stun oriented, and then it's anti-stun oriented. You have to be on one side of the fence, right? So of course, like perma is a very efficient answer, but if it gets stopped by this withstand, for example, in AromaNova's hand, or the Dichros, that they can't even be permafrosted out of AromaNova's hand. Yeah.
And that's gonna put jolterz down to 6. Now we can stun. We can do the stun train again. We also have Evolving Ulziel as well. Looking to go Vinegrafter.
Vinegrafter can go
plus Ulziel. Okay, so they're going to wait on Vinegrafter just to get 2 units out. Play the Ulziel to block the Deathwing. And then play a Vinegrafter as another blocker just to make sure they don't die from 6.
Out of them... Okay, so they decide to make a 4/1.
Yeah, I was going to see if they were going to do that, but to turn their blueprints, but it can't block.
It can't block, but also the Jada can just block it, and they gain a Justice Sigil. So that wouldn't be great, especially since... All right. Withstand into withstand. So they have to chump here, and then... I don't know what jolterz is gonna have to pull out of the hat here. They can even play a... Ooh, if they had played the Deathwing, that means that they wouldn't even have been able to draw 2 cards out of it. Oh, they can't do that anyway. Never mind. Endurance,
Yeah, 7/8 flying deadly endurance lifesteal. Keyword soup there. I don't know what the what the bingo board says, but that's got to be pretty close. And grab Blackout the Skies.
And that's why AromaNova didn't play out this Deathwing, right? Is because they knew that they had a Vinegrafter on board, which could go grab a Blackout the Skies. Some next level plays from AromaNova.
We're going to stun the 4/5 attack with the Ulziel. Yeah, Just Dessert's going to take care of that, which means actually, so by taking out the Olzeal, it means that the skies are clear now, plus the Blackout the Skies is gone, which means that this backup copy of Deathwing, along with this Withstand, is actually presenting lethal on the next turn by AromaNova.
Yep. Although, oh yeah, and then even if they stun with
with the Withstand, yeah. So I think if I'm on AromaNova, I just play the Deathwing, Vinegrafter, pass, and then it doesn't matter what jolterz does unless they point, click, kill it, or get a flyer. You got lethal on board. Doesn't really matter what else happens.
Well, they are going to draw 5 cards, so we'll see.
That's
They
true.
can definitely defile here.
Let's see. Defile would do it. Yep. Power, 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 power. Felon Blueprints.
Wow.
Power. Woo. Well, don't go play the slots, jolterz. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'd be pretty tilted if I was jolterz after that one.
I mean, maybe go play some poker with that type of hand, but yeah, not going to work here. That stun's not going to do it because the Withstand. Heads up by AromaNova putting Withstand in his deck. I love it. Yeah, Withstand could be pretty impressive against the Davia-filled meta. Don't even need to exploit because jolterz has no power. There's the Withstand for the win. Nice job, AromaNova. That's going to put AromaNova into the finals.